And one question I would like to ask you myself, which I'm sure you can address in your speech, is, well, Lilian just told us about that a lot of people are so crazy about the concept and the content of the concept. Could you maybe tell us a little bit why? What's so special about it? And for the rest, obviously, you have your own experience, which is going to be included in your story. So take it away.
That's a very interesting question that I would like to put forward. I come from the Philippines. The Philippines is in Asia. If you don't know. and it's a country of 1,107 islands. But during high tide, it will be more. Low tide, minus 100. I have been in development work for the last 35 years. I'm coming from an institution that tries to fight poverty. And we thought that by building up cooperative societies, wherein the poor will own these cooperative societies, control and manage them, then we will be able to fight poverty. We are engaged in microfinance, meaning we are into micro savings, microcredit, microinsurance, and even going into micro healthcare. It's a wide range of services. We have been in this kind of activity many years, and I found it myself that there is a missing link. When Platon was introduced to us, and I don't know if I was lucky enough to be one of those who started, I said, this is what I've been looking for. And I said, it could be another dream. And the reason for that is simple. When we fight poverty, we educate the poor, empower them, pull their savings together, and we came up with a kind of formula that would guide these poor people to build their own financial institution. That means income minus savings equals expense. Believe it or not, the normal formula is income, expense, then you save. While we have been trying to put this in place through an education program, parents, adult people love to buy things. If there is a new television set and it is flat, I'm going to buy that. So we were trying to build up a bank for the poor, by the poor, and managed by the poor. But it takes time to build it up. So we thought maybe we would be able to address that missing link, and what should be the role of the children. Then we said, look, we realized that while the parents generate earnings or income, then we will have the children to manage and will become responsible in savings. Mind you, we started in 2006. We piloted in one school. Now we have already 17 schools. We started only with about one class, 25 pupils. We have now 8,000 children who are savings money. 8,000 children. with the rate we are expanding, perhaps by December, we will be hitting a mark of 17,000 children. You might ask, what is our aspiration? Our aspiration is maybe a children's bank. A children's bank. Owned by the children, controlled by the children, and managed by the children. And how could that be? Well, maybe this is not only happening in the Philippines, but happening anywhere. That children don't have access to banks because legally they're not allowed to open accounts. Or locally, you have children who have the capacity to save and are not allowed to open savings account. So you will have banks which are not child-friendly. Well, in other countries, they allow young people to open an account, but 18 years old up, not below. Because when you do savings transaction, it is a kind of an obligation on the part of the enterprise, and you have to engage that kind of transaction. So here, what we are doing in our own financial institutions, a child who has some savings from the parents and open an account with no requirement insofar as minimum deposit account. You know, it's common in a bank because a bank is after for profit, so that if your account is not active, you are being charged. You are being charged of the money that is entrusted to the bank if that account is not an active account. Here, we should have a kind of a friendly bank for the children. So in our cooperative institutions, which are cooperative banks, we see it can be done in our own institutions, then therefore it can be done also to other institutions like banks. And this is our advocacy. We want to engage banks that would allow children to open accounts. Is that possible? That's possible. Now, one thing that's very interesting that empowered the children and generated a kind of aspiration on their part. Like, for instance, I know one pupil. She has been saving money, and when I asked the girl, "What are you going to do with your savings?" Simple. I'll just buy slippers. Because after all, when she goes to school, no slippers. Simple aspiration. And trying to pressure the parents. "Mom, why don't you give me some money so that I will be able to buy slippers?" Thank you very much.